What makes something special? Is it based on something being beautiful? Is it something that is meant to impress others? Is it something that will impress God? Is specialness only something that can be seen? What really makes something special? My Torah portion seeks to answer that question. My Torah portion is called Pekudei Exodus, chapters 38, verses 20 to 39. This is the last portion of Exodus, which is the story of the Jews leaving Egypt for their freedom. I'd like to tell you a little bit about this portion, but first I want to tell you something pretty cool. My 13th birthday was yesterday, and while I was reading from Torah, you might have heard me say Aaron Kohen, which you guessed it is my name. Aaron was Moses' brother, and Kohen is a Hebrew word for priest. This really is my Torah portion. So, here we are, 1 year after the Jews escaped the Pharaoh. They are still in the desert. Moses is the firm political head of the group, and his brother Aaron is the religious head of the group. Moses directed the Israelites to construct and decorate a temporary sanctuary in the form of a large tent or tabernacle. The Hebrew word for tabernacle is mishkan. The materials used to construct and decorate the tabernacle were elaborate, intricate, and fancy. These also was the case for the garments the priest Aaron wore during the ceremonies. All of these beautiful, fancy, and decorative items were meant to show how special it is to celebrate God's presence. Even though the Jews were constantly on the move throughout the desert, they took the time to construct and decorate this Mishkan to worship and celebrate. Hidor Mitzvah. Does anyone know what this means? Hidor Mitzvah is a Hebrew term for putting extra time, resources, and effort into making a mitzvah that is as beautiful as possible. Look around you at this beautiful sanctuary we are in today. Make sure you look up at the incredible ceiling. Sanctuary is magnificent. It is clear that a lot of time, resources, and effort were used to make this place as special as possible. Whether it's Shabbat services, B'nai Mitzvah, baby namings, weddings, or holiday celebrations, every one of these mitzvot is made more special by being in this beautiful sanctuary. All this got me thinking about how my Torah portion and the concept of Hidor Mitzvah is relevant to me in my life. When I'm drawing a picture, instead of using stick figures like I use with all my doodlings, I put more time and effort into creating a detailed and elaborate drawing, and I make it colorful. When we're celebrating something special at home, my mom puts more time and effort into making a meal extra special. When we come to the synagogue, it always feels special. Whether we are celebrating Shabbat or a big holiday, just being here in the sanctuary with everyone, hearing the beautiful music, and hearing the rabbi's message, it is special. My mom also makes me dress a little nicer, which I don't love, but I recognize that's special to be here, and you can tell everyone else feels how special it is as well. Interestingly, my Torah portion seems to only focus on the visual aspect of beauty and specialness. Do me a favor. Please close your eyes and think about what makes something beautiful. Is it possible for something to be beautiful if you can't see it? I'm here to tell you that there really is so much more being beautiful just beyond the visual aspect. The mesmerizing music we hear, the wonderful smells of the challah, and the feel of the intricate designs on the Kiddush cup are examples of where vision is not necessary to experience beauty. This leads me to my mitzvah project. My mitzvah project involves helping raise money for the Israeli Guide Dog Center. The Israeli Guide Dog Center trains dogs to help blind people who live in Israel. What makes these guide dogs is so special is that they're trained to withstand the climate, terrain, and traffic in Israel, and they understand Hebrew commands. After a dog completes its training period, they are paired with someone in Israel who needs their assistance. Dog practices with their partner by going to the different places that they visit, so the dog can try and memorize how to get the person to their destinations. Dog also practices bus travel to make the person feel more comfortable taking public transportation. This means that blind people in Israel are given independence, freedom, and companionship, which are all mitzvot. I chose this project because my father is blind. I'm really proud that I can help him get around the city and be his eyes for him. My dad also knows that something is special and beautiful without seeing it. I also chose this project because I really, really like dogs. I personally think the most remarkable part of this organization that the blind person is not charged for any of this. For the Israeli Guide Dog Center, Israelis had to travel far distances, speak enough English, pay for a dog that helped them with their independence. Israeli Guide Dog Center is a nonprofit organization that raises money from gifts, sponsorships, grants, and charitable donations from generous people like you in the congregation today. We raise money 2 ways. I worked with my mom to make baked dog treats and sold them to people who love their dogs and want them to have delicious treats. Also made a fundraising page for people to visit where they could learn more about this organization and donate money if they wanted. I am also going to present to my middle school class and my Merkaz Lamud class about the Israeli Guide Dog Center. There are a lot of people who have never really considered what it's like to be blind or to depend on someone else's eyes to get around. Sharing this with my friends will help raise awareness and empathy. We all know that there can never be too much awareness and empathy. In conclusion, there are many ways that something, someone, or some experience can be beautiful or special. We have different opportunities throughout the year for Hodor Mitzvah, where we can and should go out of our way to make a mitzvah as beautiful and special as possible. If you take something away from this time with me today, remember that what makes something special or beautiful goes beyond what the eyes can see. Shabbat Shalom.